Hello and welcome to Zekism Wrestling. In this episode, we are going to be discussing the unfortunate and untimely injury to Liv Morgan last night on Raw. The ramifications of it, how integral she's been, or well placed within the WWE, storyline, creative, especially on Raw. And just what a bummer it is. And I never thought I'd be saying that. So, for context, last night on Raw, Liv Morgan was squaring up against Kairi Sane in sort of the first move of the match, more or less. Kairi puts Liv up, slams her down on the mat, standard move, you see it in every match. Liv Morgan lands on her arms, so she puts her arm up to protect herself, lands on her elbows, and you could see she was in some discomfort as soon as she does it. And if they then see a slow motion replay, bless her, you can see her shoulder go out of joint. So, apparently, this is a dislocated shoulder from Liv Morgan, and that's a shame. We don't know the prognosis, but it could be anywhere from up to a few months to close to a year. Depends on how significant the dislocation is and how well they can recover it. I'm not a surgeon, as you can probably tell. But yeah, it's a bummer because Liv Morgan has won me over, I think, in the last year or so. A year ago, I liked Liv Morgan. I thought she was fine. I didn't think much of it, to be honest. Her in-ring has never blown me away. Her character work hasn't ever been present. She's been mainly outside of the ring. Her sort of interviews and her sort of natural state, her personality won me over a little bit, and so she's all right. She's quite likable. Other than that, nothing really to write home about, and I didn't really think much of her. Over the last 12 months, she's won me over. As I said, she's developed a character first of all, or she's been given a character more importantly, and she's run with it. Everything she's been asked to do, she's been asked to emote, she's been asked to act, she's been asked to up her game in the ring as well, and she's definitely delivered on that. Anyone points to evidence of that, watch the Elimination Chamber from this year. She was the MVP of that match, and I think that's the full circle moment where I've seen her now for 12 months be put in a prominent spot since Mania last year, where she injured Rhea Ripley, ironically. Again in the shoulder. There is a lot of irony to the injuries that are going on. And so since then she's been the prominent focal figure of the women's division on the Raw anyway. And she's delivered. She's absolutely delivered and made me eat my words. And I now to the point where now she's injured and gone down, I think it's a real shame because I think she's been smashing it, and credit to her. She's stepped up her game, and the rewards are there because I think she's gaining the respect of people like me, sort of the wrestling people. And credit to her. She's really worked really hard, and you can see it. The evidence is there, so credit to her. And it's a big loss that she's out. How big a loss? Well, let's look at the current storylines or elements of the show, the Raw especially, that she was involved with, that we are now losing or going to have to pivot from. So they were already setting up the Nikki Bella match from last week, where she attacked Nikki Bella after Nikki blatantly disrespected her. So that's obviously not happening now. Whether that was going to spiral off into a tag team title match with the Bellas at Evolution, which is probably likely, everyone was reporting it. We'll see, and who knows if that match is going to happen? Whether that's put on ice and they circle back to it, who knows? Speaking of the tag titles, she is a tag team champion. What happens to those belts now? I mean, does Roxanne fill in for Liv as the faction? That would sort of make sense, but again, we've got another sort of curse to these belts. They just can't get a break, and it's, booking aside, booking hasn't been great with the belts anyway. I do think that's one of the flaws of Triple H's era or regime. He hasn't respected the tag team belts anywhere near as much as even akin to the Vince era. Neither of them have done a good job booking those divisions. In fact, most of the releases earlier this year were for components of that tag division. So again, there's another injured champion. There is an easy fix, I think, in putting Roxanne in there. That would then further that storyline that again has gone down because the Roxanne and Liv tension was building. It was starting to build nicely as well over the last 2-3 weeks. And so yeah, I think you could probably pivot there. I don't know how long it depends how long Liv's out for, but again, that's something we've got to factor in. And yeah, so that's a bummer for those belts, because those belts, you know, everyone wants to see a women's tag division. They just do. And I think the fact that you haven't got any recognizable tag teams, aside from one or two, it's, you know, there's not enough respect to put on that division. We then have pivoting. We've mentioned the Roxanne and Finn Judgment Day power struggle. That's now put on ice to a certain extent because Liv is the component they were rallying against. Dom could probably fill that gap alongside Raquel, but it's really Liv, Roxanne / Finn that we were butting heads with. Dom's not the leader. He never was and never will be. He's the puppy in the corner. You know, the object of Liv's affection, or vice versa, more so. He was the pawn between Liv and Finn. So Finn's storyline with Liv, I'm a massive fan of Finn. This is a bummer for him. Hopefully he doesn't lose any TV time as a result. But that's put on ice. Dom himself, the romance angle with Liv, combined with the Roxanne. I think there was some, not romance between Dom and Roxanne, but there was tension building as a result of that. That's now put on ice. Unless they do, what I can see them doing is repeating the trick from last year, where in Rhea's absence, Liv was sort of courting Dom. I bet you they do something similar with Roxanne courting Dom in her absence, and then Liv comes back to a massive babyface pop, a la Rhea did. Yeah, I can see that happening. And then finally, she was basically at the beginning of the show spelling out that she was going to get a world title shot against Io. So we were going to get a world title match with Io. I don't think the title would have changed hands there. I'd be surprised if it would have. But nevertheless, we're going to be robbed of that match as well. So there was a lot of fingers in pies that they were bubbling with Liv, and they've all gone down. There was a Rhea factor as well, so Rhea was tangentially involved with the costing Raquel, the Queen of the Ring match as she did to her. So yeah, it's a bummer. I think good luck to Liv in her recovery. I think she's won me over and become certainly someone I root for now, rather than go, you know, roll my eyes when she's on screen. And she's done that. Credit to her. She's worked really hard, earned the respect that she's currently getting from a lot of wrestling fans, not just my stupid head. But no, credit to her for that. And I think she is going to be a big miss. And hopefully she's not out for too long, because I think she's become a really competent, really delivering performer. And so yeah, good luck to her in her recovery. It's a bummer. Hopefully she's not out for too long. And yeah, let me know what you think. Let me know how distraught you are, or you know, don't say you're happy either, but let me know what you think. Do you agree with any of my takes? Leave me a like and subscribe as well. That really helps the channel. And I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye bye.